Welcome back, Magic Family. Draw near to the hearth's edge. Radiant Warriors. Whether you're stepping in fresh from the wild or have been weaving this magic with me since the shadows first called, I'm Magic Mom, your empowered guide and off-grid oracle through this unraveling where we are reclaiming our fire, one fierce thread at a time. If you're new to this transformative blaze, this is the Hearth's Edge Unraveled, our 12-episode epic called Peeling the Veil, A Mother's Shadow Descent. We've already illuminated 6 potent layers. Wait, 5 so far, with tonight making 6. Episode 1 boldly met the mom shadow, releasing guilt through a collective oracle pull. In episode 2, we claimed our self-forgiveness at the brink. Episode 3, we summoned our unseen allies, and I told a story about our crows. We decoded their whispers with a live reading. In episode 4, we unleashed the rage and channeled it under a Gemini full moon. And in our last episode, you remember that we dethroned that people pleaser, embracing no as our nectar. And the path ahead? Well, we're going to descend even deeper into the winter's cave. In episode 7, we're conquering our money shadows. 8, our body is the battleground. Episode 9 touches on perfectionism's quiet violence. 10, we're discussing our ancestral shadows. 11 unleashes the darkness before the dawn. And in our last episode, we're integrating at the veil's edge, where I'm going to show you how I weaved shadows into silver and light. Tonight in episode 6, we're talking about the exhausted healer. Because after boundaries bloom, we mend the empath's weary wings, rebuilding like fortresses, rooted in with the unshakable numerology of the number 4 in the foundation. And we are grounding in that today. So let's get our starting pull. And we get the 4 of Pentacles. And funny, weren't we just talking about the number 4? In the 4 of Pentacles, though, we're discussing how it steadies us. Firm foundations, as I said before. The energy is guarded like a treasure. And she's whispering, your well is yours to fill first. A charismatic call, isn't it? So, let's dive deeper. My loves, let's infuse this with some magnetic power. The exhausted healer shadow. That empath drain where your giving heart becomes a leaking sieve. You know the feeling. Porous boundaries letting every emotion flood in. leaving you wrung out like a dish rag at dawn. But tonight we're going to alchemize that fatigue into a fortress. Because you, Radiant One, are not here to heal the world at your own expense. You're the healer who heals herself first. And that's the most charismatic act there is. So, where does this exhaustion root? Well, in the empath's gift gone unchecked. A third eye wide open. A heart chakra spinning without shields. For us moms, it's turbocharged. We're absorbing kids' meltdowns, our partner's stress, the collective chaos, until our own spark dims. For me, it was my Libra moon harmony seeking, clashing with empath overload, a Pluto square in my chart that demands that I guard my gates or lose my glow. But here's the empowerment. Fatigue isn't failure, it's feedback. Your energy is sovereign currency. Spend it wisely, and you become unbreakable. Remember that uprising roar we talked about from episode 4? The one that followed healer burnout, where I felt obsessed with fixing everyone's fractures while my own festered. And the turning, a crow's dropped message, right? Retreat. So I built my first boundary fortress. It was simple, magnetic, and gave me space for my own self-magic. So, let me give you some points on rebuilding your own magnetic charisma. First, you need to take an energy audit every day. Track one day, what drains and what fills. Journal whatever it was at the time, the conversation that leached your light, that you need to shield next time. Something that allows you to feel the force stability anchor you. Do this daily. On a weekly level, I started doing a cord cutting ritual where I visualize golden cords to all the takers in my life, the energy vampires, the ones who always seem to need something but are always missing when you do. You know what I'm talking about. So we're going to snip those with our imaginary shears while affirming, I release what's not mine. If you're feeling extra, seal it with a salt circle or black tourmaline. Using a numerology boost, take 4 breaths in and 4 out to ground it like the roots. If you really, really want to dive deep, you can do a deep empowerment ritual. It's called the 4 Foundation Rebuild. When you're building your inner fortress, your first pillar is going to be your physical. So your sleep, nourishment, things like that. Your second pillar is your emotional pillar. This is where you set all those boundaries that we did from episode 5. Your third pillar is your mental pillar. And this is where we're not overthinking anything anymore. Your fourth pillar is your spiritual one. And this is your daily magic hit, right? It's when you tune in and we pull cards together. You can use a oracle tie-in if you would like, right? Maybe you pull the Hermit, so it tells you to take solitude and retreat to reignite. Or maybe you pull the Sun card and it tells you to get out there and shed some light. Either way, if you sense the leak, seal it, because you're more magnetic when your power is full. So remember, my empowered healer friends, your exhaustion, it ends right here, because you're the fortress, unbreached and unbreakable, radiating from overflow and not obligation. So, my friends, from weary wings to fortified flight, we've mended the healer tonight, rooted in the unshakable foundation of the number 4. Do you feel that magnetic surge? You're not just recovering, you're reclaiming, overflowing with power that draws the world to your light. A little peek forward, we're going to dive even deeper with episode 7, and it's money shadows and our worth. It'll be dropping next week on Friday. Sorry, this one was a little late. We'll be diving into some ambition and moon work, unearthing some scarcity for our abundance rituals, because after healing fatigue, we claim our worth in gold, don't we? Your magnetic action for this episode: 1 cord cut, 1 pillar built, and watch your energy empire expand. Your affirmation: proclaim it with me. Voice bold and spirit soaring. I am the fortified healer. My energy, my empire. I fill first, overflow freely. I am worthy, I am whole, and I am magnetic. From our radiant hearth, thank you, vibrant, victorious you, for joining our journey. Your light amplifies ours, and together we're a constellation of stars. I cherish your presence, honor your power, and am profoundly grateful you're here. So rise restored and tell the shadows of worth whisper once again. This is me, signing off from the hearth's unbreakable brink. Sweet, magnetic unravelings, my friends. Be well, and I'll see you again next time.